How do we do this again? Hello. Is this thing on? Man, it's been a while, and the video, the picture looks pretty blurry, but hey, this is what happens when you're using your phone, and it's an iPhone 10, maybe? I have no idea. How are you guys? How am I? Who knows? I decided to make a video because I got a comment today. Thank you to Chris. I got a comment today saying that they missed my videos. And, I have been thinking about making videos again. But just like the reason why maybe many of you have never started or started and stopped, there's so many reasons why I haven't. For a little bit here. Well, actually, where are we? We are in November. Okay, we're in November. I think the last videos I made, maybe I was in Oaxaca. I'm not sure. I was in Mexico. I was there for up until September. End of September, I came back. I was only coming back for a week. My mom had surgery. She's doing okay. But when I got here, it was just like, it felt like I needed to stay for a little bit longer. So I was like, one more week. Well, it's now a month and a half, and I've taken that. I'm not saying Mexico is a no-go. I still have stuff down there, actually, so I have to go back down to clean out my place. But I think, oh gosh, so many things, guys, so many things. Let's just enjoy this cup of coffee together, and we'll catch each other up. Yeah, but I feel like a lot of guilt and shame has been coming up around that, and around making videos. It's something that when I was doing it and doing it routinely, doing it consistently, it felt so good. I mean, I had so much fun making some of those videos from the back of my car. And I think it got to be, at that time, I think a little bit too much, because there was a lot of stress of like, where am I going next? What am I doing next? I came back home last year, around this time actually, and I was here for 3 months, and then I left for Mexico. And every time I made a video then, just felt inauthentic. It felt like I was trying to keep this flame alive that maybe wasn't there. So I got to Mexico, and I'm like, I'm just gonna, what's the word that I'm thinking of? I'm just going to, I don't know, video my entire trip. And started off great, but again, that hum of inauthenticity started vibrating again. That I was doing this to show how cool my life is, to show how amazing it can be to just travel and be fearless and be careless and be all these things. And, but you weren't getting the other side of it. And I think for me, that's some of the toughest stuff with YouTube videos, especially these reality ones. I don't know, that sounds like I'm like a reality housewife show or something, which I could be. But it's like, I'm putting out this like, when really my life feels like, what the fuck am I doing? The second I turn off the camera, I'm sitting there going, that was fun. Let's go put it online. But then you're just like, where am I going next? What am I doing? What am I doing with myself? So I think a lot of the inauthenticity was a reason why I stopped. Plus, just like I said, maybe the reason why some of you have thought about it but never did it, there's a lot of imposter syndrome of like, who am I to be making videos with my old ass phone that has kind of a blur to it from wherever I'm at, when other people are doing like perfect videography with, all these little camera things, which I would love to get, but, again, that whole job and money thing. But yeah, it's like imposter syndrome of who am I to put this stuff out there? Yeah, I was living in my car and now I'm not. And so it's like also that trying to rekindle that flame of like, what can I do even though I'm not living in my car right now? And again, it just felt like I was trying to impress you all. And I don't want that. I don't want to have to try. I lived my whole life trying to impress people. Why do I want to do it on YouTube? But I say all this because I do want to do videos. I do want to be real. I don't know what it looks like. And maybe me just sitting around talking, drinking coffee is not what it's eventually going to be. I do want to show you the things that I do. I talk about the things that go through my head because, boy, there's a lot of things. I got a lot of insight. I got a lot of knowledge. But yeah, it's, I don't know what it looks like. And I think in order for it to be more authentic, it would have to be a more vulnerable channel. And I think, not that I'm scared of vulnerability, but I guess that's the thing, is I'm scared of who I will lose. Who I will lose as viewers, and I don't even know what I have. And I value you all, but I'm sure a lot of you signed on for car lifing and totally understand. Feel free to unsubscribe if you must. But I think really what I have to offer is the story of a girl who thought she knew exactly where her life was going. And now it's the story of a girl who is as lost as you can possibly get, who is currently living at her parents' house. Well, not living. Well, and that's another story, because I was going to backpedal there and say I'm not living here. Well, currently a month is living here. But I like to think that I have my tentacles still out in Mexico and I could just pick up and go whenever I want because I'm independent. And it's like, what does it look like to just admit defeat and be like, I feel like I'm going to cry. So I'm sure that this is part of it too, is like, this is your life right now. This is your life. And it doesn't mean this is your life forever. Yeah, it's all right there. Hi. But it's like to just surrender and admit defeat that this is where I'm at right now. And maybe I won't be here next month. I don't know. But I think there's so much pushing me away from this place, one. But two is like to not admit defeat, to like that still secretly I have an amazing life somewhere, or I have all of these opportunities and possibilities because I'm Ashley, and living with my parents is beneath me, or living stationary doing some mundane thing is beneath me, or whatever it happens to be. And maybe it's just about going, you know what? I don't fucking know. I don't know. I thought I had an idea. Hell, I thought I had an idea when I was married and had a house and a farm and all these things, and then you move into your car, you quit your job. Oh, well, now I'm a traveler. I'm a world traveler. At the time it was just the States, but I'm a traveler, so of course I can't figure my life out because I'm just a free spirit. And then, yeah, it's like in some ways you get grounded. You get grounded and you get to see all of the things that maybe I was running away from. And it definitely is bringing it up here, being back in my parents' house. There's a reason why when I would come home, I'd live with other people, but those options aren't available. And you really get to know yourself when when you're sitting in the house for so long of the place you grew up. The place where you lost yourself is really what had been coming up. But maybe at 10 minutes, this is time for, that will be a different video if you guys are so interested. But where do we go? I don't know. This felt very cathartic. I feel like maybe in some ways I needed to hear this for myself. Even if none of you guys watch it. There's a part of me that's nervous to post this. There's a part of me that's nervous to even see what my subscribership looks like. Granted, again, I think when I got off, who knows what it was. And I don't blame any of yous for walking away. But, you know, there's that fear. That fear. In fact, when I'm sitting here in my pajamas and, you know, it's like, why didn't I have a better angle or better lighting or something, a cleaner environment, you know? But this is real. This is life. This is my life right now. And maybe some of you are feeling this as well. We don't have to have our shit figured out right now. We don't. This is that piece of surrender that we get to do. It's just be like, I'm here. I'm here. And I know this isn't the rest of my life. It feels like it's been a while. It's been a long time. But maybe for the last 3 or 4 years, I've just been running away from surrendering. And now here I am, back in my parents' place. And you just get to admit defeat. You get to sit with the feelings of being a failure. I know it's right because I feel like crying again. It's making me emotional. You get to sit with those stories of like X equals success and Y equals failure. And currently I feel like a Y. Why am I doing this? But yeah, you just gotta trust that it's all working out for you. And I do. I do, maybe to a fault, but I do. I trust that something big is happening. Something big is coming. Something wicked this way comes. But anyway, all right, we're at 13. That's probably a pretty good time to stop. And thanks for looking out, guys. This felt good. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll start making more videos. Tell you what I'm doing, show you. I have so many things that since I'm back, it's like, it's fall. Well, it's the colors are gone for the most part, but I've been mushroom hunting. I've been baking. And yeah, so it's pretty awesome. All right, thank you again. I'll check you all later.